Okay, all right, here we go. 875 on the south side of St. Louis. This is my little outside mobile setup. I check my SWR, old school shit right there. It's kind of cool. All right, let me show you what we got today. What we got here is a Maco 104C, slightly modified by 875. That'd be me. All right, so here's what we did. The first thing we did was we replaced the boom with a solid boom. As you know, Maco has a 3-section boom. Well, that's okay, but the bad thing with it is it gets water in the boom. And I don't like water in my boom. That's not good. So I've seen guys, they drill holes in it and all that old bullshit, and it just, you know, I don't know, it doesn't work. So I replaced it with this solid boom. Now I'm gonna get a different bracket for it. I'm gonna get one off the 105 from Maco. It's a little bit longer. It's gonna be about to here, about to here. Just get a little bit extra, but this is okay for testing. And the second thing I did was, instead of the clamps, I screwed these nice sheet metal screws to the elements. And then as you can see, I've got really good shrink wrap on all of them. And that's gonna keep these screws from backing out. And then I got it sitting down here like this on that end. The gamma match is pretty tight. I got it set about 1.1 on 20, 40, and 1. This is the part of the tower that's going to go on. No, take that back. This is going to be for the Omni, the vertical, and then I'm going to put the beam on the other tower that's got the vertical right now. So anyway, all right, let me check this out. So we're going to walk around here, and there's the front of it, as you can see, with the red cap. And this is only about 5 feet off the ground, and I'm achieving some really, really low SWRs with this thing. I had a Serio 4-element up here the other day, and I couldn't get the SWRs near as low as I'm getting these. So let's go over here, show you what we got. So as you can see right here, we're going to jump down here to channel 1. I'll try to hold this here a little bit. Let's go to calibrate. All right, there you go. There's the feed point. There's coax. There's no funny shit going on. We're going to hit calibrate. We're going to calibrate it right about there. We're going to hit the SWR. And look at that. Booyah! Now let's jump up here to 40. There's channel 40. Go to calibrate. Calibrate right about there. Booyah! Look at that. Don't get much better than that. Now we're going to jump up here to channel 20. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to hit that calibrate. I'm going to bring it back just a little smidgen right about there. Hit that SWR. Look at that. Look at that right there. That's money. That's money all day long. That's what I'm talking about. So as you can see, this thing, let me get back down here at 6. I like listening to these guys. They're kind of crazy. So anyway, as you can see, this thing is set perfect. 1.1, I mean, you just don't get any lower than that, about 5 feet off the ground. So you can just imagine what this thing's going to do once I get her about 40 feet. It's going to be sweet. It's going to be real nice. So yeah, that's what's going on over here on the south side of St. Louis. I'm getting ready to get this 4-element Yagi up in the air. There's the, you can kind of see it, there's the Super Penetrator 500 on a 40-foot tower. Let's see if we can get dial in on that a little bit. On that one, on that tower right there, I'm going to put the beam. Now I'm going to move the vertical onto this tower, which is going to be right over there where that scaffolding is. And then that's going to be my setup. You can see I got the base already put in right here. This looks pretty good. I'm doing some tuck point on the side of this thing, so that's why it's kind of messy on on the ground down here. So I got tuck point this side. I got tuck point the whole house, but this is what's gonna get done first. These are some of my sections right here. I'm gonna use one of these, probably that one right there, middle one, for the vertical. I don't really need this piece here, but I'll keep it. I could put it up and make it 50 feet. So let's see, 10, 20, 30, approximately 40 feet. This would make it 50 feet if I did put that in there, but I don't really need to go that high. But yeah, so that's what's going on. And of course, when I go to the feed point here, I'm gonna put some good coax seal. I want to seal that up real good. That's the number one thing. Keep water out of that. Water and that does not mix. I'm not going to use this coax. I'm going to use this is LMR 400. I'm going to use my RG 213 stranded. Bring it up, tie wrap it, bring it down. I'm going to probably put another. I'm going to put another nut right here on this end. One on this one. Another nut right there. And I'll probably put another little nut on this one here just to kind of make me sleep good at night, make it tighter. These I'm going to have to. Maco doesn't send you lock washers, which really kind of pisses me off, but I'm gonna get lock washers for this, and probably another nut just on these right here. That way they won't back out because of vibration. I don't think I'm gonna need a sag line on this thing. This thing's pretty tight. The only reason it's moving right now because I don't have it really super tight to that pole in the ground, but this thing's not really moving. This is really thick tubing. And I think it's gonna be fantastic. So yeah, you can see how I kind of got this all laid out. These are nice. I kept the caps off the ends of them. I don't really need them. I could put them on, but whoa. Okay, I'm kind of autofocus on that. But anyway, I don't really think that water penetration is going to be an issue here, but I'm going to go ahead and keep the caps off the ends just in case. I mean, it's going to take a lot for water to seep through here and then back inside up, and then you know, come back around and then fill here. And that's what I like about this solid boom right here. I don't have to worry about water penetration. On these caps, I'll probably get some silicone or some Gorilla Glue or something that's gonna stick real good to the, you know, kind of just gloop it around there and pop that cotton picker on there and call it a day. That way she won't come off. Make sure these are nice and level. I'm gonna put a level right here for the final tightening down of it. I'll put a level on these, make them nice and level, make them nice and tight. You can see where I had marked on these things. I'm not worried about that. It's just, you know, calculations. But yeah, there she is. I had a problem in the beginning. My SWR couldn't get down lower than 1.5, 1.7. I was like, what the heck? Well, come to find out, I didn't have these centered. I didn't have these elements centered, so they were off like 6 inches this way, 4 inches that way. They weren't centered on the boom. That makes a huge difference. So yeah, it's just some of the stuff you gotta go through when you're trying to adjust SWR and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's what's going on with this. So I'm real happy about it. I'm really kind of upset that the serial, I couldn't get the SWR lower than 1.5, 1.4 on the serial. I've seen a lot of stuff online about it. They're like, oh, you know, I can live with a 1.4. Well, I can live with a 1.4 as well. But with this Maco, I'm at 1.1. So why go 1.4 when I can go 1.1? And I think this is a little bit heavier duty antenna than the serial. The serial's a nice antenna. A good friend of mine up in Virginia, West Virginia, swears by it. He says, put the serial up. And I'm like, okay, you know, but I can't get the SWR as low as I can on the Maco. So we're gonna try the Maco. I think it's gonna be all right. I got a good rotor. So yeah, well, it's gonna be nice to turn it. It's really not that heavy. This boom, I mean, it added some weight. Okay, it did add some more weight, but not a substantial amount to where it's gonna be an issue with the rotor. I actually cut part of it back. These come in 20-foot sections. I bought at Shapiro Metals up here in St. Louis, and I cut it back. I'm telling you right now, it was a son of a bitch to cut. I'm telling you right now, people think, oh, you can cut through aluminum. Yeah, it's real easy. Well, I'm going to tell you like this. Cut aluminum is not the easiest thing in the world. That just shows you, you know, what I had to do. That's the factory cut. But you can see you can see how thick that wall is. I mean, that cotton picker is thick. You know, and that's what you want. You know, you want that thickness because you want this thing to stay up there. I'll just throw that over there, get rid of it here in a little while. But yeah, so I've been fooling around this thing all day. And this, just like I said, this is my little test system right here. I'll make another video of my actual base unit, which is totally bombastic, but for what I got going right now, this is where it's at. I'll tell you what. I'll just go here at 23. We're at 23 right here. We got to calibrate just a little bit. We're going to calibrate it right about there. Oh, come on back. There you go. I know y'all will. Y'all always do. Maybe 3. There you go. Alright, man, enjoy your show now. Happy fun. Man, look at that. And the game there. That's on channel 23. So, you know, I'm just, like I said, just messing around with it a little bit. Come down here at channel 1. I'm doing this one-handed, so it's kind of a pain in the neck to do that. So let's just kind of bring the calibration back here a little bit. That's good enough. I can live with that. I can live with that. I can definitely live with that. And then we're on channel 40. We're going to calibrate. We're going to bring it right about. Oh, come on back there. There you go. So yeah, I can live with that. That's going to be all right with me. So there we go. We got it. And all right, that's all for now. And 875 on the south side. We'll catch y'all later. Bye, bye, bye.